Hey, buddy.
What's going on, Brad?
Much, man. What are you doing?
Looking forward to talking to you, man. Uh,
Right.
Want to dig into the album, of course, the show we got coming to our part of California,
Yeah.
but we got to start with the history making. I mean, you guys are always making history, writing hit songs, but now you've done something that I can't think of any other band doing ever, bringing back the original singer while keeping the current singer. And
Yeah.
nonetheless,
Yeah.
you out of everybody, that other singer is your brother.
Yeah.
Talk to me about how this all went down, and I can't even process you making that phone call to your brother like, "Hey bro, do you mind if the old singer comes back and talk
Yeah,
talk to
man.
me about that?"
Well, it all kind of came up in COVID. Obviously everyone was on break, and Adam at the time was living in my hometown, and we just hooked up for a coffee one day, and it just came up. I just said, would you ever think of coming back? And he's like, absolutely. So, it was 2020, and then obviously he was busy with Saint Asonia. But yeah, to be honest, man, like Matt was probably the biggest cheerleader of the whole thing. I think
Wow.
Matt sees just how great our fans are, and he really, thought this would be something great for the fans, so it'd be a bit of a 3DG legacy, and they're great together. They're kind of the same guy, man. They're very chill, no ego, at one point I think we were rock scissor papering to see who would sing on the demos, it was pretty laid back. So yeah, from there, we went to Barry's studio in Southern Indiana and just started demoing. We thought like, let's see if we can still sit together in a room and write songs together. And the first day we wrote Mayday, Power, a couple
Wow.
other ones, Never Ordinary, and we're
Wow.
like, wow, this is going to be great. So I think, right away it just felt, well, it felt normal. It's not like he's a stranger. He's happy and healthy now and doing great, and it's awesome to have him back for sure. Yeah.
Great to hear that Matt was kind of that cheerleader because you always heard that talk, being a fan from, friends and everyone talking, oh, if Adam would come back. It's like, that's never going to happen. Brad's never going to say,
Yeah,
kick
yeah.
my brother out of the band. So you guys took it in a whole different direction. And then really cool too. I watched some live video, both Adam and Matt are both playing a little guitar here and there. And so that I'm sure that kind of thickens up the sound live.
Absolutely, dude. Yeah, they're both great guitar players. So, yeah, they kind of just take turns playing guitar on each other's songs, and then, they'll switch verses on each other's songs and stuff. So it's really quite endless what we can do. And obviously having Matt, he's sang these songs for 12 years, so it's easy for him. And yeah, the live show has just went to another level, and it's pretty fun, man. We're having a great time. Yeah.
Great to hear that you kind of wrote the album with both of them. I kind of assumed that the album was kind of done and then kind of Adam coming back at the last minute, but it was written from the beginning with him.
Yeah, right from scratch, man. Yeah, we and to be honest, it didn't take too long. Like we spent a few weeks and stuff. We went to Franklin, Tennessee for a while and met up with Zach Cervini, who's an awesome producer, and Dan Lancaster was there for a bit. And yeah, they definitely added a lot to this record. I think having Zach around, he's done a lot of the newer, more modern albums lately. And I think, he learned a lot from us being old school guys and still using amps and stuff. And we learned a lot from him. There's a lot of those cool little moments on the record where, we might not have thought of that, just the little drops and the more, kind of atmospheric sounds and stuff like that. So it was a great fit. And yeah, he was awesome to have. Mhm.
Yeah, dude, speaking of the album, I mean, your bass always is kind of signature in that 3 Days Grace sound. And I'm curious, man, is there any song in the collection that you play with fingers or is everything 100% pick?
Well, some of the earlier stuff, live anyways, I still play with fingers, like Never Too Late, Home, just like you. And I think that's just some weird mental thing because I first started on fingers, and then obviously, as you learn, recording and stuff, it's a little more effective with a pick. So but yeah, I think there's just a mental block there. I still play with fingers live there and it feels good, so I just stay with it. But yeah.
I kind of think you're one of those guys, kind of like almost like a David Ellefson in a way, where you're used to hearing the pick sound. It's part of the sound of the band, and I almost kind of felt like a second guitar,
Yeah.
in the band
Yeah,
using the pick.
definitely. And we spend a lot of time on our tones live and in the studio. So yeah, definitely it's we're more of a mid EQ driven band and really enjoy a lot of low mids and stuff. So yeah, it almost acts as a rhythm section, if you will. Yeah.
I think my favorite tune on the whole new album is In Cold Blood. Certainly
Nice.
a heavier tune and a cool bass riff in that one too.
Yeah, that's a great song. We haven't played that one live yet, but recording that was pretty cool and it's fast, man. So
Yeah.
if it gets a little challenging on the bass for sure.
It kind of feels like, and I don't know. I love albums. I love that you guys still put out albums, and I
Mm.
always love the sequencing in an album. And this one kind of felt like it started off kind of more tempo and got a little heavier as the album wore on, which was really cool, I thought.
Yeah, there's a really cool thread in the album. I think that kind of came organically in a way, and yeah, there's definitely a thread of obviously alienation, but there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of songs about being alone, and a lot of songs about addiction and loss, and yeah, the way it all came together, and then ending with another relapse just seemed fitting for the record, and having that kind of fade out. But yeah, we're really happy with it, man. It's a great record. We're excited. Mhm.
Yeah, and I can't wait to hear all these tunes live. So excited that we get to present you guys 96.7 KCal Rock's presenting you guys along with Breaking Benjamin and Return to Dust Monday, October 6th at Toyota Arena. And dude, I do not envy you trying to put together a set list. I mean, you guys have so many hits. You already have like 3 hits off of the new album.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it must be impossible to put together a set list.
It does get hard, man, and obviously there are songs you have to play, but yeah, as the years go on, it gets harder for sure. Like we're gonna have to. I'm excited for this is a co-headline, so we get 75 minutes, so it is tough. But when we get into our headline sets next year, it's gonna be a lot more fun, and we can throw out some B-sides and make it a little longer, and yeah, so I'm excited for that.
And are you guys kind of breaking it up in different sets? Is there kind of like the Adam set and then the Matt set, or is it a little bit of everything? Or are you guys conscious of that?
No, we kind of put it all together, man. We obviously, we try to give each guy a little bit of a break so we can stagger each guy's songs, and which is great, they love it. They don't get gassed, obviously, and yeah, no, they're live. It's a great show, man. It's just a really good show, and they have so much energy together, and it's fun to watch, now sitting back and going, holy crap, like this is this is insane, We're pretty lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing both guys tackle the stage. And Breaking Benjamin, you've played with a ton. I remember you guys did a run a couple years ago. I think it was you guys, Breaking Benjamin and Chevelle, which was really
Right.
cool.
Yeah, they're great guys, man. We have a long history with them, and I talk to Ben every day about it, and he's just over the moon. And just the nostalgia, right? And then it reminds me of the 2008 touring that we did with them, where it just kept going and going, and the shows were packed, and it has a lot of the same vibe, and it's really cool to still be doing that 20 years later. It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I plan on being pretty hoarse after the show between the two of you and all the hits.
Right.
Like, there's going to be no voice left on Tuesday. And I also want to give a shout out to, the opener, Return to Dust, who are really cool and kind of got this like 90s vibe going on.
Yeah, they're great dudes, man, and really down to earth and a great band. Yeah, they're very just plug in and play, which I love. There's not a lot of smoke and mirrors going on, and they just rock out with their shirts off, and it's fun to watch, man. Because I was talking to the guys today just about the big drives and stuff, and I just said, enjoy those drives because some of those were the best days, man. When you're in the van and just cruising, and yeah,
So you're
nothing.
ready to go back to it tomorrow then? No.
No, no, no. No, I like my condo bunk fine.
Dude, I appreciate all the time. Last thing I wanted to hit you with, man. We are an old school radio station. We do a feature called Mandatory Metallica,
Nice.
which you're going to be a part of. And I've been having this little Metallica debate and want to see where you weigh in on it. Kind
Okay.
of debating their heaviest album, Ride the Lightning versus Master of Puppets. I mean, their perfect album, their best thrash metal album.
Damn, dude, that's hard. I mean, Master Puppets is amazing, so I'm gonna go with that. That's just one of my more favorite albums, but that's a tough one. Yeah, I got to see them a couple times on the latest tour, and it just blew my mind, dude. Just and how they just pull out some of those old songs and just kill it. It's unbelievable. Yeah,
Amazing what they just wrapped up. Two nights in every town, no repeat weekend, like having to learn like that catalog. Like
insane, dude. Yeah, kudos to them. Yeah.
And I agree with you. I think Master is the better of the two records. Like no bad tracks and sonically sounded a hell of a lot better.
It's great. Yeah, absolutely.
And you guys shared this stage with them at festivals over the years, I
We've
imagine.
done a few, yeah, and we're on the same management, so we're always kind of nudging management, like, okay, when's our turn, you know? Like, let's go. Which would be amazing, but they're great guys, and I think for us to see a band like that still going after so long, it's something to look up to, and it's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I can't thank you enough for the time. Lastly, if you could pick a song for us to play for you on Mandatory Metallica, what's your favorite Metallica tune?
Oh, dude, that's a hard one. I like trying to think. Let's do Sad But True. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That one's we warm up to that a lot, so that
Oh,
gets it.
really?
Yeah, dude.
Should cut a cover of it.
That would be cool. That's a great idea, actually. I'll ask the guys tonight.
It's amazing that that record's going to be 35 years old, the Black
Dude,
Album. That feels like new Metallica to us.
insane. I know. I know. It's still so relevant though, you know. It's they were way ahead of their time in those days. Yeah.
And such a sludgy riff with that one, sad but
Cra-
true. Oh,
Crazy.
so good. Beautiful, man. Thank you so much for the time. The Killer Album. Can't wait to see you out there in Ontario.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. It's gonna be great.
Thank you. Safe travels.
All right, you too. See ya.
Bye bye.